Good evening. I can't see a thing, so if I'm looking crazy, that's why. I'm still dilated, but not too dilated to do this taste test, you guys. It's happening today, and I'm so happy. Okay, first let's get the preliminaries out the way. I have one more batch to go of the peppers because I'm doing I'm doing the batch for my friend, but that will be in that last batch. And as y'all know, I am loving the shepherd's peppers, so I'm going to purchase as many as I can. This is what I got from the batch that I processed last night. I didn't film processing it. That one batch gave me a whole pint. And then I had some 3 sweet Italians in the dehydrator, and these finished up at 1 p.m. today. And so this will be added to this, and whatever shepherd's peppers I get, I should end up, because I said if I got a half pint, I would be happy because, I was getting ready to end it all. But after I smelled this pepper powder with those shepherd's peppers and tasted it, in fact, some's going on the salad tonight because I am like filled to, I don't even have headspace left in here. So if I go, this is 3. I had 5 Italians in this one, and then the rest were shepherd's peppers. I didn't even mix any of the others in there. I think I'm going to go straight Italian and shepherd's peppers. And then this is Italian, and then I'm going to buy at least $20 worth of the shepherd's peppers on Saturday at the farmer's market. And whatever that gives me, that should give me a quart. I'm shooting for a quart, y'all. I like that pepper powder so much. That's how much I like it. I'm setting it there. I finished my sweet bananas peppers. I didn't get it quite to the top. It was higher than this, but then it settled because I shook it and it settled overnight. This is enough, okay? I think I'm done, okay? Because actually the shepherd's pepper ended up taking precedence over the sweet banana pepper. So this is enough. I love sweet banana peppers. Y'all know that's my favorite pepper, but shepherd's peppers, I think it's a tie, y'all. If I had a choice between the two, I would probably reach for that shepherd's pepper every time. But if I can have both, wonderful. And I think this is enough for me to have both. As far as the pepper jelly is concerned, the shepherd's pepper jelly, I got a good recipe, and it was just for a regular sweet pepper jelly. So it's the base recipe, and the lady actually pureed her peppers, her sweet peppers. She put them in a dehydrator, and she did, just like you would make pepper powder. And so that's what it turned out to be, like a powder and puree. And that's what she used for, because she didn't like chunky or pepper chunks in her pepper jelly. And it came out good with the Sure Gel. So I'm hitting, wait a minute. Couldn't do it today. Let me tell you, Renee, we might be in trouble with the peat pellets because the plan was to go on yesterday to get the rest of them, right? Well, I ordered the Q module for the walker. It ended up costing $120 more than what the price online said. They've gone up on the price and they just hadn't switched it over yet. I was like, oh Lord. So that pretty much took up almost the rest of the money. But I had enough to where I could get at least 2 more of the peat pellets. I just pray they're there because the lady told me on yesterday, they'll be here in the afternoon. They'll be there in the afternoon to put your module on. No call, no show. I'm like, this is unusual. So I called first thing this morning. And so then I was told, oh, they'll be there before 1 o'clock. Because I was like, I hope so, because I have an eye appointment at 2:30. So I'm told that they'll be here before 1 o'clock. And so I never got a call. 1 o'clock came. And I'm like, they didn't show up. So I called back. And so I ended up getting Christine, the same lady who ended up getting my doctor's office people going with the walker. Same lady. She had me on hold for about 15 minutes. She came back. She said, I guess telling you the truth was too much like right. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, they sat there and told you they were going to be there yesterday. Then they told you they'd be there by 1 o'clock today, had you waiting. And so yesterday I didn't go anywhere. So yesterday was the day I was going to go to Myers to get the peat pellets. Okay, so that's 24 hours down. Then today they lied, and it turned out that the part had to be ordered. Well, the Q module had to come from the U-step company. So it was scheduled to arrive on today, and it didn't. And so, but they lied. And so in the meantime, I could have gone this morning before going to the doctor if they had just told me it was scheduled to be delivered today. It didn't come this morning, but I guess it had arrived or something. So I'm scheduled for tomorrow. Okay. And she told me call if I don't hear from them with the phone, a courtesy call of their ETA. She said, if you don't hear from them by 9 o'clock, call me. And she's like, and we'll go from there. So I said, okay. So it's scheduled to come tomorrow. Well, in the meantime, I had to get ready for the doctor to be there at 2:30. And so Sherry came to pick me up for that. So I couldn't go today. And so hopefully I can go tomorrow after, and I hope they don't have me waiting again. So hopefully the ETA is early enough, or even if it's late, if they say we'll be there by 2, I'll just make sure I get to Myers up the road and be back home by that time, long as they can give me a good ETA. And then they, when they did the U-step walker, they gave me my ETA, and then he called when he said, I'm at my last, thing. I just finished up. I have to do the paperwork. He said, and I will be there in about 15 to 20 minutes. And that he was. And so he called beforehand, but you don't know if they're going to do it or not. So anyway, hopefully that can happen, because even if I'm at Myers and I get a call saying we're on our way, we'll be there within 15 minutes. Oh, I'll be home within 5 minutes, okay? So I could easily leave and come home. So hopefully I can get there tomorrow to get those those peat pellets, and be able to before they sell out. And if they haven't already sold out. Okay, let me finish what I was doing. I forgot. So now this is what I had gotten thus far from the romaine. I've ended up getting a half a pint from that first batch. Okay, and that kind of shocked me, because after I did it and got the half pint, I had the other ones in the dehydrator, the ones that came out at 1 o'clock. Well, here you go. I'm almost certain, and Renee, once again, I'm almost certain that this will give me that pint. So if there's any left over, get ready. Okay, they'll be arriving real soon, because I know you want to taste these and you couldn't find them in your city. And so I'll make sure that you get some of these, even if I don't fill it all the way. If it gets like maybe right here, and I'm certain that it will, I am certain, I will still send you some. Okay, so that's it for that. Now, for the video, and I wasn't planning, I'm at 8 minutes, and I wasn't planning on being on here no longer than 3. And I got one more thing to say. Went to the doctor today. My vision tested out at 20/20, you guys. I didn't need that laser surgery. I didn't have any scar tissue. Everything was wonderful. He felt so bad about the MS attack and the steroid business. And so he felt really bad about that. I said, don't feel bad. It is what it is. I said, but today is one of the best days I've had since everything started. And so I said, now that the weather has cooled off, I'll recover. I said, I'm on medicine and everything else. And my doctor prescribed this new medicine that I refused to take. And he said it would take care of the pain and inflammation. Keep me on the walker, okay? Because when I went and got the medicine, because I had forgotten the name, I went and picked it up. I never take a pill before reading up on it. And this stuff is called carbamazepine. Carbama, like Alabama, but it's carbama. ASEPIN, carbamazepine. And he gave me 200 milligrams to take twice daily. When I pulled that up, and y'all pull it up, when I pulled this up, first of all, it's originally an anti-seizural medication, but I do know that anti-seizural medications can be used for brain receptive activity and whatnot. And so I didn't think much of it when I saw that. Then I saw that it's also used for something else. I forgot. Nothing about MS or MS pain was on there. Oh, bipolar. That's the other thing. And I was like, first of all, I don't have bipolar, nor do I have seizures. And the first thing it said that if you stop this medication suddenly, you can have seizures, bipolar. Oh, but the side effects, that was it. Heart failure, liver failure, all these things. Y'all just have to read it. It was so many. I was like, there is no way I'm popping this pill. So here it sets, and it will continue to set, and I'll let my doctor know. He might dismiss me as a patient behind that. I'm not taking it. Oh no, I'm too scared of pills. I've known people to pass away. My brother died from taking an experimental medication, which was the medication that worked so well for President Jimmy Carter, the late President Jimmy Carter, when he, was diagnosed with cancer. And so my brother, he took it as an experiment, and when it was in the experimental phase, and it stopped his heart right then and there, boom, bang. And there I was without a brother. Okay, there we were, rather, without a brother, and my niece and nephew without a father, and my sister-in-law without a husband. We can go on and on. It was traumatic. And my mother without a son, because my mother was still alive at the time. It was horrible. It was traumatic. And never again. I said, nope. And so with that happening with my brother, he was the sixth death associated with that medication. And I forgot the name of it. My sister knows it. She said it'll stay forever etched in her brain. But me, I try to put it out of my brain so I can never remember the name of it unless I asked her. And then I don't want to stir her up and trigger her either. Okay, so that's it as far as that's concerned. So the pain will remain, okay? Because I am not taking that mess. Okay? But, like I said, my chocolate sprinkled tomato died, and my sister's lived, okay? And so she got a good harvest off of them. She has more coming, but these are the only ones that were ready. Because she had called me one day, how I found out she had them. She was like, I keep getting these brown tomatoes, and I don't know. I was like, I hope you eating them. I said, those are chocolate sprinkles, heifer. I was like, chocolate? Brown? And so she was like, no, I was going to tell you they are delicious, and we got to have these from here on in. I was like, don't worry. I was like, oh, so you got some. I said, my plant died. But that's me in that greenhouse, okay? So anyway, she was kind enough. She said only 2 were ready today, but there are a lot coming, and she said she'll split them with me once they're ready. So, but in the meantime, she brought the 2. This one is going to be used. I'm making a salad tonight, and every one of these pepper powders are going into that salad. I want to taste it. I want to taste them all mixed together to see if I want to add some of that romaine and banana pepper to the mix here. We'll see. If it's good, so good that it brings tears to my eyes, then I'll mix some of that in it. If not, I'll leave it just the way that it is. Oh, and this week is Pawpaw Week, y'all. Yay! So I'll be getting those. But anyway, here's the second one. This is going in the salad. And then I plucked a tomato today, my second of the season. And I've got a whole slew of them coming on that one plant. But the second one, I'm going to eat half of it. I'd want to taste test it because I've never had one. I know that who raves about them? Grow Joyfully, Home and Garden. I saw your name change. She talks about the chocolate sprinkles tomatoes all the time. And so, ooh, it smells good. I just cut it in half. So Q is about to pop, and I hope I don't regret this. Well, there's more coming. I'm quite sure I'll get some. So here we go. Let me taste it. Oh my. Woo! Let me put this knife down. Shoot, I almost started slashing. Oh my God, this is good. Y'all, wait, no. I almost said, why did y'all tell me? Y'all have said it. I've heard Renee mention the chocolate sprinkles. I think Jen, I've heard you mention them. I've heard Diana mention them. And Grow Joyfully mentions them all the time. I can't eat the skin, because y'all know. I don't want to wind up with the blockage. And you know what? We're getting ready to eat this other half. Let me describe it. When I popped it in my mouth, I knew it was going to be something good, first of all, because my imagination it had already taken me there. But when I popped it in my mouth, it tasted tomatoey. And then all of a sudden, boom, it just exploded. And oh my goodness, this little thing. I guess that's the chocolate and the sprinkling happening all together. So let's do this again, y'all. There it is. Woo! My goodness. Grow joyfully. I've seen you eat one on camera. Why aren't you doing this? Or are you controlling yourself? Or you've had so many now, you've gotten used to it. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. So, okay, now I'm going to get off because now I'm getting ready to go make that salad. So now I hate that I'm not going to get another one. But believe me, next year I told Sherry, because I told her, okay, you're going to have to chip in on some of these seeds and stuff. And y'all heard me tell her about the vanilla. I was like, okay. I was like, you splitting, because yeah, we got to go into that Kirk and Sweeney 12 year. We got to go into that right away. It's no waiting on that one. It is absolutely delicious. And for us both, and Sherry and I, we have totally different tastes. We never like the same thing. And I had a feeling, I said, if she picked that second one, I thought I have a winner. And I already knew that. But I said, if Sherry picks that second one, because I truly thought she was going to like the third one because it's the oldest. And then when she liked that one the least, but let me tell you, that Bacardi is banging. That Bacardi spiced rum, I say if you can't do the Kirk and Sweeney, that one is the one you want to do. You will get a delicious rum out of that. And I think that when I sell some of that one to locally, I think that they will agree and they will be thoroughly satisfied. Now, I'm not selling the Kirk and Sweeney because if I do it, they're going to want that forevermore. You will get the Bacardi rum. So we'll see what happens with that. But yes, we're going to go on and we discussed it off camera after we were off. So we're going to go on. I told Sherry, we can try to get, a big giant bottle of that. I said, because Sherry, we're going to be using that, especially around the holidays. I know, and those quarts go fast, I'm telling you, because when you get to cooking with it and all that stuff, and then so I'm going to split this quart with her. And I think what I'm going to do, no, I'm not going to top it off. I was going to say I would top it off, but in 6 months it would be ready. And I think I can use some of the Bacardi spice or even some of the other Kirk and Sweeney, because my cooking shouldn't give me no more than this much worth use of vanilla. So I may do that. And then that will save us some money. And then we can go in half on the 12-year Kirk and Sweeney. And then I can make that batch. And then that is the one that will steep. And then I'm going to let Sherry know, you better let your pint, because she'll be getting a pint of it. You better make sure that pint lasts you at least 4 years. Well, we won't go 4 because I'm getting older and I want to live but at least 2 years. I don't think I'm going to have to steep that long. It was ready in 6 months' time. I mean, good and ready, as if it had sat for at least 2 years. It was ready. But I'm thinking that if I let it set at least a year or at least 2 years, that's going to really make it better, because I want to see what it's like steeped. I really do. So anyway, we shall see. But yep, we got another one coming this year, and then we'll stop for a while. And then maybe when we run out of one, we'll start another one just to always keep the flow going. And then I'm going to show Sherry how to make it. And so she can start making her own vanilla. Because Sherry, she's handy dandy and stuff, but I do it. So she doesn't do it. But I'm a teacher, because if I'm not here later, she's going to want some more. And so she'll know how to make it. All you have to do is cut the vanilla beans, scrape out some of the caviar, and put it in the liquor, and how long you let it set. That's all. And then I'll teach her the fundamentals. Shake it for the first month. You're going to shake it once a day for the first week, and then once a month for the first year. And then after that, just set it and forget it. And then in 6 months it's ready anyway, so she'll be okay. Okay then, so I'm going to get off of here, you guys, because like I said, this has gone 20 minutes now. So let me stop and get ready to eat. It's dark already and it's barely 8 o'clock. I'm under the light And so I said, well, let me come on and do this video. And yes, I think chocolate sprinkles is my favorite. Yes, yes, yes. So that second one, I'm going to really enjoy it in the salad. And so, like I said, I'm trying all the pepper powders. I grabbed some lettuce and arugula out the garden. And I have a cucumber in there that came from the farmer's market. So that counts as fresh out of the ground. So my salad tonight is going to be delicious. And we stopped at this new restaurant joint we have, a soul food joint. And so and it was reasonably priced and delicious. And they gave you a lot of food for now, because y'all know what happens after they get going and established, and all of a sudden the portions get smaller. But anyway, so far, so good. And it's right by me too. It's not far at all. I got the catfish and I got a chicken thigh. It was like a little mix. So that's what I ended up getting. And so I ate a piece of catfish earlier when we got back. And so I'm really not that hungry, but I don't want to eat that late either. And I'm going to start the intermittent fasting. So I'll probably go 10 in the morning till 10 at night, or 12 to 12. Long as it's 12 hours. And then after 12 hours, you can't eat anything else. And I hear that it works. So we'll see. But anyway, I'll probably eat. It's barely 8 o'clock. I'll probably eat at 9, which is a little late for me, but that's okay. I'll eat, and I won't eat that much, but that salad is being ate. I might just end up just eating a salad, and I might not even touch any more of the fish. I can wait till tomorrow and have some of that for lunch. And don't tell me to have the salad for lunch. I guess I could do that. But if I don't get any hungrier in the next hour, then I'll hold off. And then all of a sudden at midnight, I'll be starving. But I got that cake in there. And then I also have, I have some snacks in there. And then I made that chicken slop stuff too. So, so I can eat that. So I may hold off if I'm not hungry at 9 o'clock. Okay, you guys, so I will talk to you all later, and may God bless you all. Now my eyes are crossing, because 1 minute I can see, and then all of a sudden everything goes blurred. But I'm happy for my report. It went a lot better than my neurology report. So I'm just happy to know I have 20/20 vision. Oh, the most important thing, y'all, the most important thing. I was so hurt. Y'all know how I hate the Magoos. I complain about them all the time. And I went in there complaining about them. I was like, doctor, I love everything about this cataract surgery except these Magoo glasses he was like, uh-oh, you still don't like them. I was like, yeah, and I went and got a more expensive pair like you suggested, and they're still horrible. He was like, well, I'm going to write your prescription today. He's like, because of your 6 month and because you didn't need the surgery and everything was 20/20, he said, we will get your prescription for readers. I was like, well, I'm glad I'm getting a prescription for readers. I was like, thank you for that, but I can't get them until December, because I had just spent $500 for my last pair of glasses a month before finding out I had cataracts. I was like, that was money down the drain. He was like, who told you couldn't get a pair of glasses? I was like, my insurance isn't going to pay for my glasses, and it's been less than a year. I said, they pay for my lenses. I mean, they pay for my, I can get new glasses once a year. He said, no. He said, when you have cataract surgery because your eyes have gone from one extreme to the other, he said, insurance pays. He was like, you can get your glasses tomorrow if you find a spot. I was like, thank you, bless you. So here it is, y'all, the prescription. So I will be going. Oh, I'm not going unless they take me tomorrow. I will be calling my optometrist on tomorrow. And if he take me in, I'm going tomorrow to get, wait a minute. I got to wait until the modulator thing comes. So I might not be able to go tomorrow. But Friday, Que-stead-Que will be talking to an optometrist, okay? So I can get my glasses. He said, you will be thoroughly satisfied. He said those readers, he said, they're not clear. He's like, and he said, I've got your vision and everything. He said, and then you just get, I forget what he was saying about the lenses. And then I want a tint, because y'all know with the Magoos, it make my eyes look 5 times the size that they are. So I don't want my glasses making me look like that either. Although I could care less if I can see out those things and they don't smear up on me every 5 seconds, I don't care how big they make my eyes look. But the point is, I can get the tint, okay? So therefore I will. And then that way it will hide, some of my eyes. I'm not getting a dark tint. I just want like maybe a number 2, just something like a gray or rose color, how you get the regular tint and your insurance only pays up to a certain number anyway. So I'm just happy, okay? I'm happy. And fishing season is about to start too. So yeah, I need to get out of the magoos for sure. I think he said get progressive because I can wear them all the time. And when I need them up close, I can see. And I don't need them far away. So I'm just looking out of clear glass for that part of it. I think that's what he said. Whatever my insurance pay for. Okay, that's what I'm going to get. The best that I can possibly get. Okay, so I'm off of here, y'all. I will talk to you guys later. And may God bless you all. See you tomorrow because once I get the modulator, of course, I'll be showing that. And I'm getting ready to order. I found a Cadillac emblem because right here, and it's magnetic. And my scooter, I tested a magnet on it, and it almost flew out my hand and stuck to the scooter. Look, y'all, see where it says U-step right here? Well, I'm getting ready to order. There's a Cadillac emblem that has the Cadillac. And it goes, it's the same, pretty much the measurement. So I'm going to cover up the U-step and have the Cadillac emblem. So I was going to get some streamers. I'm blinging this up, y'all. Oops. I'm blinging up this walker. I was going to get oh, and let me show you the bling I put on it thus far. I put my happy scissors right here. I hope you can see. Nope. Wait, I'm looking in the thing. Where is, okay, right where you see my hand. Right there. And then I put one of my gifts from Anonymous in California right there. It's a keychain. And so I took this off and then I put that there. So that's the first part of the bling. I was going to get some streamers, like handlebar streamers, because see the hole in the thing? And then I was like, no, that looks too kitty-fied. They had different colors, and they even had the leather ones, like what motorcyclists use, but I said, nah. I said, and they were black. And they were fairly cheap. I think they wanted like $10 for them. I might get those just because they're black. And then, I think they would look okay. But the kitty ones I didn't want because they were all different colors. They had like red, green, and white kid stuff. And then I saw a mirror. They had this mirror it's like a gooseneck mirror. And so you put it on the front, on your front bar. And this would be like for a bike. You would put it on the handlebar. But for me, it would be my front bar of the walker next to the little cushion there. I can put it on there. And then it's flexible and it's long. And so I said I wanted to be able to have a mirror so that if I'm walking through a store or walking anywhere, I can at least see if someone's coming up behind me. So I can keep, I keep my head on a swivel anyway. But I don't want to have to turn around to see if I hear footsteps or any. Not that I think anyone's going to get me, which they could. But the thing is, at least I can see what's behind me as well as in front of me. In fact, I said I was going to get 2 of those mirrors. Then I'm trying to decide, do I want the digital horn that runs by batteries? And I'll be buying batteries probably every day with that. And it plays like bird sounds. You can put whatever, it has a selection of sounds that you can press if you want to honk your horn. Or Myers have bike horns there, and they're like $5. And it's just a little one of those type of horns that you squeeze, the old-fashioned kind, and it's small. And so I said, I think I want to get that. And it's vintage looking because all I need, if I need to honk somebody, if they're in the way or something, all I have to do is squeeze it. So I can save money by doing that. And so that's the bling. And then the nurse at the eyeglass place, she was looking at my walker and stuff. She was like, you ought to paint that pink. I said, I thought about it with the old one because, see, I'm keeping the old one and that one, but I don't want to mess up the new one. But that old one, I think I might paint pink because I had said I was going to paint it. Not that it needs it, but I said I was going to paint it either pink or gold. Gold would look nice. for that walker. But this one, I'm going to leave the way that it is because it's new and everything. I don't want to mess it up that much. And then that Cadillac emblem is magnetic, so I can remove it or leave it, and it shows I'm calling it the Cadillac. You know, so, and it's right there. So when I come along, people going to look at that and they going to know that this is the Cadillac. Okay. And why did I start up again? Now we're at 30 minutes. Bye. Oh, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.